Well, hello. How's everyone doing today?
Hello, hello, hello.
It's the Dominion and Links show because someone is late. Late.
Again.
Again. It is 8 o'clock and she has not arrived. So, how's it been, Links?
Good. It's been good.
I'm glad we could find someone to pinch hit at the end.
You know.
We should have you sit in that chair and then have
squeeze them in the middle.
Yeah.
Make it awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
If you'd have been on time
as possible.
Of course.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, had he been on time,
he could have had the
he would have had his
now
seat,
he has to ride bitch.
Exactly. You know, and how appropriate that he rides the bitch.
I mean,
so
the penalty for being tardy.
The penalty
for the party,
one of many. So, how have you been?
I've been good.
I'm glad to see you back.
Yeah.
So, tell us all about Redacted Airlines.
Oh man, I wish I had done it 20 years ago.
Okay.
I love it. It's fun. I think the one thing that I really like about it the most is that I don't have a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I get to serve as my own boss and hold myself accountable for doing the work or not doing the work, and not having someone breathe down my neck for deadlines or anything like that. I am responsible for the success of my part in the business.
Right.
And I love it. It's still new, you know, still in that probationary period. So anytime I could mess up and be homeless,
right.
You know, but so far it's been great. I've met some nice people.
Hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend. And merci beaucoup. I've been some cool places.
I saw you were in Fort Lauderdale. You were in, was it Turks and Caicos?
No, that's next week. But
you were in the DR.
I went to the Sodom and Gomorrah, which is the Dominican Republic. I've been to Cancun, Dallas.
And so you generally just there for the night?
No, I didn't get a chance to lay over. We were literally.
So you were in Dominican Republic. You were like, "Hey, okay, back to work."
Literally, that was it. I was there for an hour and a half both times. It was what we call a turn.
Okay.
So we take the people there. We sit. They clean the plane. They inspect it, and then we come right back. But I have lain over in Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, a lot of parts of Florida. I did a 31-hour layover in Dallas. I hadn't been to Dallas since I was, 4 or 5. So that was cool. Upcoming, I have Sacramento, San Francisco, and I have Turks and Caicos, and if my cards are right, Bogota, Colombia in February.
Oh, nice. And how long will you be there?
The layover right now is 26 hours.
Kendra, could you be quiet? We're filming. Oh no! Oh, okay. It's epic. Okay. What time is it? Hold on. I just want to make sure that
Apple time. It's 8:03.
Oh, it's 8:03. What time does the show start?
8 o'clock.
What time is it?
Excuse me. What time do you call me? Ask you to get these 2 cups of ice?
No, girl.
What time do you call me?
Jerry.
What time?
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Goddamn minute.
Epic, you are not the father.
I just want to make sure I understand this.
I knew she was gonna blame her lateness on fucking
a
ice.
favor.
But you literally asked me when I was like coming down off of Brooks Drive, like to go back and get some ice. And I'm like,
well, girl, there wasn't no place from between here and there. You ain't had to go backwards.
Throw a chair.
So where was we gonna get the ice?
Bitch, between Brooks Drive. I mean, there's a Home Depot. I'm not a Home Depot. There's a fucking 7-Eleven.
Where?
I don't know, girl. I don't live all the way out in the country where you live.
Don't fucking know. But hey, how y'all doing?
So, good. So put that ice over there and we'll make a cocktail while we're getting the show started.
Cocktail now.
Well, girl, just sit down. You're late, honey.
No, you have to ride bitch.
Come on, move in.
Okay.
My name is on the show, so you can move in. Thank you.
Oh, she did.
Yes. Good evening. Hi, Liz. How are you, sugar?
My name.
How are you, sugar? But it's the truth. It's fact.
Right.
I'm saying.
It is fact.
I'm just saying. But
I can't do that. I've tried so hard. I can't. Can you do it again?
We need to get your oral skills in the that's a different conversation. We'll talk about that afterwards.
All right, so y'all, I'm going to start the intro, and while we do that, we will make this cocktail. All right, so 3, 2, 1. And retain my seat. Hey, everybody! All right, a biscuit pulled together a cocktail
in 2 minutes.
in moments.
Yeah, but that was. I'm gonna give you that. That was kind of legendary what you just did.
Thank you.
In the spirit of all of our ancestors.
Exactly.
Nob
Hill, Delta Elite,
Tracks,
Bachelor's Mill, Edge, and Wet. So, all right. So,
wet. My throat could use a little tickle. Get it out of the gutter.
Well, you said it.
I did.
I mean,
And you are crew services, and we know how y'all do.
That's what we do.
Hey, let me have your glass.
Do we
Or
need
your
some ice?
plastic. No, it's ice. That was why, because my fucking ice thing is broken. Sorry. All right. So we're gonna put that there.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you.
Let's
My pleasure.
let's get back so the people we can see what the people's going. All right. Cheers, queers.
Salute.
Hail Mary, full of grace, send us some men to sit on our face.
Ooh,
All right.
I like that
Hallelujah.
one.
God bless it.
Cheers.
All right. Come on. How you like it?
Delicious. Ain't that good?
There's an aftertaste that's like a swirl of like
Happiness.
Yeah, remember those candy pops, the round ones?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gives me that flavor, that like that chalk, not the chalky, but that like the chalky sweet of that. Like that's what it tastes like.
Yeah, so this is blood orange, Amsterdam pineapple, orange juice, sweet and sour. Child, I just threw all that shit in there and hope the proportions was right.
Here's
Okay.
to
Well, we gonna
Erykah
work with
Badu
it.
and the blood orange moon.
Hallelujah.
Right. I'm a blood orange moon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cortez, congratulations.
Congratulations
Cortez.
on
Yes!
that third place finish.
Yes!
Yo, my man.
I know, right? Listen,
Wait,
this Cortez is like, bitch.
It's
When he
where'd that
came up
body
and
come
he
from?
said, bow. And I was like,
wait, but did you get into when he went down and came up like,
Oh, that
"Wow!"
roll up, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, Cortez. He was like, yeah, I'm down here like this. He came up like, oh, ah,
right.
ah.
That was it. That was it. I am so proud
He
of
was
you.
like-
Wait, he said, so when you
He was
step
like,
on
I
the
heard you
stage,
bitches was
Link,
looking for me.
Bitch,
Here
here
I
I
go.
So but he said when you stepping on stage.
That's not in my testimony. I am here to support you and your journey, and that's it.
But that's been the steering, the guide in the written word for a lot of people, that it wasn't in their testimony, and then it did it.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
and that's
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this was never in my testimony.
what's that?
This.
Oh,
But here I am.
here you are.
Can't
Right.
nobody do me like Jesus.
Hey.
Can't nobody do me like Lord. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. He is my best friend. Can't nobody
Oh Lord,
do me like Jesus. Can't
Okay.
nobody.
I didn't bring my
do me
tambourine.
like Lord. Oh, listen.
Remix!
Right.
As of now, December 8th, 2021, the competitive stage is not in my testimony.
Got it.
Okay.
How about we say that?
All right, I'll take that.
5 years, 10 years, 15
Just
years
thirst
from now.
traps.
I'll take that.
Yes, I mean,
Just the
because
occasional
people
thirst
need to
trap.
wet the whistle. It's,
Okay,
you know.
I'll take
He
that.
said, "I'll bring the medal to MAL." Cortez, when are you arriving?
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Hey, best friend, I see you in there. I'm sorry.
Because outside of the gear show, for me, won't have nothing to do. So there's definitely going to be a BGKH show live from MAL.
Right.
Okay, so wait a minute. We need to talk about that because I'm a little booked because I have nowhere to be and nothing to do. So I can be booked, but I can be open.
Well, we know you can be
You're not going to be booked. We know that.
Can be open.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, but listen,
Remember when we
will
were talking
make
about
sure.
stairwells and staircases.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, like a Sunday,
Okay.
like a Sunday afternoon.
But no, I'm good with. Yeah,
You know,
I expected
because listen, first of all, girl, I'm not talking about a full 2.5 hour show.
No.
I'm talking about
but it kind of gets fun though, especially if we do it after dark.
It could
do it late at
like
night.
we could do like it could be a couple of. It'll going to be pre-taped, so. Well, because I want to do like some remotes from like the cocktail party, from the gear show. I mean, we can certainly do like a 30-minute live version, but then we'll queue up the pieces from the other joint.
I can work with that.
Okay. Well, we can do it in the lobby.
Oh, could you imagine?
Just
as people are coming into the lobby,
down the
right.
escalator.
Well,
like, hey,
well.
Right. Look who we have here. All right. Best friend say may join y'all in Chicago for IML. I'm going as a tourist. Okay, girl. He's gonna be, he's gonna walk in.
It's always the people
everybody's gonna be like, he's gonna walk in and be like,
they're gonna be like,
hey, best friend.
I'm
like, I thought you was a tourist, huh?
I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Special, which day are we gonna do the live show? We'll say Sunday because that feels like
it's the day with the least amount of stuff, but then again, we have the dinner.
Yeah, but that's later in the day. I meant the live portion of the show will probably be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Child, you trying to get up early?
2?
Okay. I mean,
we could do it in the suite. No. We're doing it in the lobby.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
But we'll
figure it out.
We'll figure that out. We got a little bit of time.
It's gonna be sometime between Friday and Monday.
So that's what we're gonna say. Okay.
So it's going to happen. That's what we can say. And all of the BGKH super fans, we want to see you all in the audience, the ones that are going to be there.
We have to have a conversation about that because we might be able to have what we were going to do for them at that.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
All right. So does that mean, Spesh, that you're coming for MAL?
I'm expecting nothing less of you showing up, Spesh.
Listen, if these girls can be in Cancun and Guadalupe,
get there early or stay late. How about both? How about you get there early and you stay late? How about both?
You need to be there Thursday evening because that's the light kiki in the suite before the party starts.
That's the kiki light, and so we'll have the kiki light, then we'll have the actual kiki, and then we'll have the post.
But that light kiki might get a little heavier, and here's why: because the light kiki was usually for the girls that was like, I am not going to the Eagle tonight, but there is no Eagle to go to. So it might be more people who want to kiki that night, but they can kiki all they want, but the suites won't be rearranged. They're gonna get the suite
kiki or kaka. They better listen.
Yeah, hotel book Thursday to Monday. Okay, perfect. Cool. So we're checking in on Thursday. So perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
We have
you won't be there for that. Are you going to be off of IML?
It's too far in advance to know.
Well, girl, you need to get on that schedule. What you need to get on is for Blackout.
That's confirmed.
Okay.
Blackout.
So are you going on the cruise?
Maybe.
Okay. But definitely for Blackout.
Yeah.
So, first of all, good evening. Hello, everyone. Let's start the show.
No. We already started the show.
Oh, yeah, you were late.
We've already done that part.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure that we are perfectly clear and that we're all on the same page that this red shirt wearing, red drink wearing whore down here with this gray beard in the middle. She called me while I was in the midst of driving here for the show to ask me to get some ice for this damn drink. So, to be clear, yes, I did arrive after 8 o'clock. But why? When you call me and I have to turn around and go back to a store to go get some ice for said cocktails for the show, I think I should get an actual, like I have one chit that I could actually get because I've actually gotten myself and gotten for the show, gotten us in a happy place at this particular point. But it's okay. You can go ahead and run with it.
No. All right, so we'll give you this chit.
Just fill me
But
up.
that still gives you a -1 because there's been at least 2 other times that you were late for the show with no reason. And
late for the show with no reason, or I just didn't show up because I didn't show up for one. I wasn't late.
You didn't show up for one. Did you know she literally just?
Yeah, that was a no call, no show.
Yeah, she
that was a no call, no show. But
that's how you get fired.
That was a no call, no show.
Ain't that in the manual? No call, no show.
That's 4 points.
You only get 1.
That was a no call, no show. But there was a medical reason for that, and so we're gonna leave it at that.
You were
That's
tired.
what we're gonna do.
You were sleeping.
No, I was. Yeah, no.
The booty
We're
hole
gonna leave it
stretched
there.
out. That's what
Excuse me.
Them cakes
Unlike
was tapped.
Unlike some of these other
Let me see
girls that are out
your
here.
iPad.
You don't have a case. I don't have a case yet.
But she's super thin.
Sleek.
Yeah, they are.
Sleek. That's the
No,
iPad.
well, he's a
11,
little younger
13.
than us, but like, girl, this is the whole
It was
fucking,
like that thick. The original.
right. The
one.
first iPad was like a whole
What do you mean
slab
I'm a
of
little
rock.
younger
Yeah.
than y'all. I
Bitch, you
remember.
just turned 40. We 50.
10. They didn't have an iPad when you were 10.
What
All
I'm
right,
saying.
all right, we'll just let it go.
It's okay.
Young people
It's
are very volatile.
it's all right.
I didn't almost threaten to throw a chair when he
Well, that's all we knew. Shit, it was Jerry. You get up and throw a chair, bitch. What? I mean, come on.
She's from
Is that
Yes,
it's
I
the-
am.
It's the Philly.
She
Okay.
doesn't know.
Yes, I am.
It's the Philly. They're good for cheesesteaks and chairs.
That's all right. Okay, that's all right. I'll take that.
But no, she's really pretty. That's the iPad. What?
This is actually an older one. So I got my iPad. So let me back up. First, so this
What
week
had
was
happened?
This week was crazy. So I told you I'm driving Lyft, and I actually went to get my haircut at my barber.
Now I'm a little scared to go get my hair cut. Well, but I go during the day, during the bright light.
Well, it doesn't seem like it really made that much of a difference because I got there at like 5:30, but it's still a little dark. But anyway, So I went to go get my haircut. I left my car in the parking lot as I always do. And in fact, I parked in the front as opposed to in the back where you would expect somebody to break into the car. And my window got broken into. I come back and there's a card on my window, and I'm trying to figure out why the car's on my window. And I look and see my glasses out. So not only did they break into the car, they also took my bag, which I'm really pissed about. That because I really looked for this specific bag, but it's all right. It's gone out. More importantly, I got my iPad back, but I was also all kinds of pissed as I go to drive home at 8:30, almost 9 o'clock, and I'm driving. Bitch, I can't see.
Yeah, because your glasses was.
Bitch, I can't. Like, I'm just hold a bottle of water up and look through it. That's what I was. As I was going on 495, I was like, bitch, I'm doing 30 miles an hour. I'm keeping everything as far as I think it is. So I was pissed about that.
Well, you know how you can solve that? Wear your fucking glasses.
If they were stolen,
no,
with
bitch.
the bag.
If your glasses was on your face,
but I
that
don't
night,
need them for. I don't need them right now. I need them to drive because my depth. I'm nearsighted, not farsighted.
It's age problems.
So anyway, when I got home, I had another pair of glasses I actually used, and so that was cool.
Those are the thick Poindexter joints that you
No,
don't
they're
wear.
cute. I just never wore
those.
them. Because I ordered 3 pair of glasses at that time because I was like, I like all 3. I did
Right.
the Warby Parker thing,
Mhm.
and so I had flexible spending money to spend, and I was like, all right, let me get all 3 pairs of
How is
glasses.
Warby Parker?
I like Warby
You
Parker.
do?
I
I
don't like
do.
because all their glasses are like plastic, right?
Well, you can do. It depends on what you want. You can do the polycarbonate lenses and the plastic.
No, I mean the
frames.
frames. I like
Yeah.
metal frames.
You can do but they have metal frames as well as the polycarbonate glasses, actual glasses. They have the frames that are metal. They have several. It just depends on what the style is.
Yeah.
They have some that have no
I
rims.
see the commercials.
Yeah,
and I
it's-
just
I've
wonder
seen the
if it's
commercials,
legit.
but I like to
Yeah.
go in there
The
and be
frames, but the frames are not expensive. It's the glasses or the
like,
lenses.
the lenses always. That's how they get you.
That's
Baby.
You know, even at BJ's, they'll be like, "Oh, free frames." Yeah, but the lenses is $500.
Yeah.
My frames were like $95 or $99 or whatever.
Mhm.
But the glasses, because I had to get progressive and everything, all the other crap, they were like $300 and something dollars. I was
Right.
like,
Insurance don't touch none of that.
so
Child,
it depends on where
vision
you at,
insurance is some
but vision, yeah,
bullshit
it's kinda-
because
it's
they'll be
janky.
like, they'll give you
10%.
this, but they'll give you the thickest ass lens. So they'll give you the lens that's like a 1/2 inch thick, and then they'll tell you, well, you can get the 1/2 inch because if you don't want to pay nothing, you can get the Poindexter glasses with these thick ass lenses, and if you got, they'll cover the bifocals, but you get that solid ass
That line
bifocal
Line.
with
You'll be
the
sitting there like your glass set is lined
like Red
this.
Fox's glasses on Hollow
Yeah.
Knight.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that if you want to get those glasses, then it's free,
Yeah.
under your insurance. But then if you like, well, I don't want 1/2-inch glasses. How about, could I get these super? Because I always forget. I'm like, well, how thick are these? He's like, oh, these are the super ultra thin. That's $500 extra off of the jump.
So by the time I did all that, it was like $695 or whatever for these 2 pair of glasses that I ordered. And I basically just replaced the same pair that I had because I kept my memory or like my
This is
order list.
good. I feel like I need to remember this recipe, and I'm not gonna remember it.
So besides that, though, I had to pay for the replacement for the iPad. Then I had to deal with the.
You had to buy a new iPad?
I had to pay the insurance, the deductible, which was $99.
And
like,
what insurance you got? You have an iPad insurance?
Yeah, I have insurance through Assurion because it's through the phone company. Because I ordered it through Sprint at the time, and then you get the Assurion.
Shit, man, I feel like I should get insurance on mine because I got mine through Verizon. So let me
get the insurance. Get the insurance.
Now, because I was like $14 a month.
But the $99 for any phone that's over like in that $1,000 range, it's gonna be a $99 deductible. So whether it's your pad, your tablet, or your phone, it's $99. And I was like, okay. So as opposed to $1,300, $99, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, Abby. Hey, Nichelle.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, Abby.
So then I had to deal with, this is the part that pissed me off. I had to deal with Lyft because, hey, Nichelle, they practicing. They breaking in my car. They practicing. I'm so sorry to hear that, Nichelle. But I had to deal with Lyft, which is separate than the rental part, which is the express drive, and which is separate than the location that services the rental car. Mm-hmm. So nobody was on the same page. So there were like 3 days where after I got the window was broken out, I had to call and report it, which I was afraid they were going to tell me I couldn't drive for 6 months because it would have been, I'm thinking it would have been my fault. They were like, no, this is no fault of yours. It was a break-in, police report, all other stuff. I was like, okay, fine. But Lyft couldn't talk to the express drive people, and express drive people couldn't talk to the specific location I took the car to. So I couldn't drive my car and actually make any money using the car for those 2 days. And I just got it straightened out today. I was like, damn, what the fuck? So,
child, bureaucracy. It was annoying. Ooh, girl, It was annoying.
And it makes you sit back and say, I'll just drive my own goddamn car and call it a day.
Yeah.
But then it's times like this, because had somebody broken my car window, I mean, I still had insurance. I still would have been aggravated, but still, it's like I've been ready. Well, not that I'm not ready to get rid of it now, but it's like somebody's been in my car. Like,
do you have any other news you want to announce?
And also, thank you for reminding me. Mm-hmm. I've been holding on to this for a minute, but I have a new job.
You're pregnant. Oh, okay.
Who's the daddy?
You are not the father.
Child, those eggs turn to dust.
Listen, just because you started off as instant, you add water to that. Don't be mad at my eggs because they last a little bit longer. Now, I had a job offer last week, but I was not trying to make anything announced. I didn't want to make any announcements. I didn't want to claim. I claimed it because they offered it to me. But until I had some paperwork, I wouldn't say nothing.
Right.
The paperwork came literally after we went to the Demaya's engagement thing at like 7:47 that night. I saw the email and I'm driving home once again. I had glasses on this time. I was like, oh, it's from the president. I'm like, okay, I'll look at that later.
The
president of the university.
Not of the United States.
What are you working for?
So they offered me the job.
You working for Joe Byron?
Right, Byron.
And when they gave it to me, like everything was all great. I had to sign it, send it back to them. So I'm officially, I turned in my resignation letter to my boss yesterday, or
when you started
yesterday, but I started on the 20th. So I literally
you like January the 3rd or some shit.
No, you can, because we're still closed because it's an educational institution. We're still closed after the 23rd. So if I go in the 20th to the 23rd, I still get paid, but I'm off for the 23rd until the 4th.
Okay, so you work 3 days and have.
So you're getting 2 paychecks for that time period.
I'm getting 1 paycheck, but I have vacation days that they're going to pay me out for as well.
Well done.
I would still just been like, I'll start in January. But it's your business. You get
and also
listen.
The other part of that
I say that, and I literally
You did the same thing.
Notice. I did the exact same shit. So who the fuck am I to talk?
So in any event,
I quit one job on Friday, started the next job on Monday. So who the fuck am I?
I will be driving.
Congratulations, one more time. One more time.
Thank you.
All right. Ain't God good?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do
All
it?
these
Right.
moves, everybody's making moves.
Mm-hmm.
There was a notice on CNN this afternoon actually that 44.2 million people have quit their jobs in 2021.
That's a lot.
It's a lot because you know
to do other things.
Well, right. It's other things because
left their jobs.
People realize that I don't have to put up with this foolishness. Or you know what, people who have we're all like professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, white collar. Crew services still considered white collar.
Yeah.
So we moved up or moved on. I think a lot of people, like in the service industry, when COVID happened, they realized, well, girl, I wasn't making no money. I'm making the same amount of money doing Instacart or DoorDash or Lyft or whatever. So is my situation better in terms of making more money? No, I'm still making the same $20,000-$25,000. But I'm not stressed because I set my own hours. Yeah. If I want to bust my ass and like work essentially 19 hours, and then be off for 3 days, that's on me.
That's it.
Because people love that flexibility, and people will realize it's like, girl, why I got to come in this job making $13, and they be acting like $15 an hour is a lot of money. They be acting like Amazon with that fucking commercial. It's like, we announced that we're paying everybody $15 an hour. I was like, that's, and the part of me
is kind of like, shouldn't you have been paying them $15 an hour, especially with people that are working this full time? Shouldn't you have been paying them this already?
Exactly.
At least. But again, I get it.
So many, Evie says, so many teachers have resigned here in North Carolina. They hold emergency meetings to give retention bonuses.
They have to.
But see, that's the thing, though.
They have to.
If you're smart, retention bonus don't mean anything because that means you get money this year. You get a little extra cash this year. But what the fuck happens next year when the shit is the same? So they give you $5,000 extra this year to put up with the same bullshit. But the same bullshit is going to be there in 2023.
And one thing I tell people when they talk to me about, they're considering leaving a job and they tell their manager, their supervisor, whomever, I am talking about leaving, and then they come back with a counter offer, but we'll give you X amount of dollars to stay. I always tell people, be careful of those counter offers, because once they give you that money, now they've bought you, and you have to do whatever theoretically. Like, if
I hear what you're saying,
Dominion, please don't leave. We're gonna give you $25,000 more a year to stay, and you say yes. Okay, now you've got that $25,000 coin. Great. But now, oh, by the way, here's some extra projects. Oh, we need you to stay late for work. Oh, we need you to be on this call. Oh, we need you to. And then if you say no, well, we just gave you $25,000 bonus. You can't say no.
And then, so then let me go. Because here's the thing: the $25,000 was contingent on all of the responsibilities staying the same. If you give, and I was already ready to leave behind that. The $25,000 just makes it a little bit more tolerable to put up with the bullshit. That was not for me to put up with extra.
See, but that's your negotiating. You know that. Yeah. Not everybody is aware of that negotiation. They're going to be like, "Oh my God, we can work him like a horse now, or her or them like a horse now, because we've given them this extra carrot. But they've agreed to stay. Right. So now let's give them extra work. And if they don't have that experience or those negotiation skills that you just talked about, they don't know that they can push back on that. They're just going to do it and be even more miserable. So be careful of counter offers, because it's a trap.
And then also,
in my opinion,
here's my thing. It's not a negotiation. It's not like, hey, I'm thinking of leaving.
Oh, no, I'm leaving.
I've signed a letter to go someplace else, and I'm not even asking you to make a counter offer because I'm ready to go. And we've all been there enough to be like, even if they made a counter offer, I learned a lesson a long time ago not to take a job just for the money. So if you hate the job, you're just going to hate the job with a little bit more money, because there's not going to be enough money to really make it worth the foolishness. So if they're paying you $120,000 and they give you 10, 15 grand more, that's really not going to make it worth it. Now, if they double your salary, then maybe, because your whole quality of life changes then.
With that kind of money.
But if they're not going to give you a quality of life kind of change bonus or counteroffer, then you might as well go wherever the fuck it was that you was going to go
and
anyway.
be happy.
And generally, I don't quit jobs. Like if I'm making 120, I'm not going to quit a job that pays me 125. I'm going to quit and go for a job that pays 140 or 150, some significant percentage more, because that little bit of the difference between 120 and 125 is $5,000. $5,000 divided by 12 months
or 20,
is what,
24
5
26 pay periods or whatever.
It's, you know, it's like $500 a month. So
before taxes,
right? So it's not like that's not really gonna make a huge difference in my life. Now, again, if it was 120 and they say we'll keep you, we will match what you were going to make and then give you 20% on top of that, then maybe we'll have a conversation, because that's a significant jump. Like when I left the last job at Pepco, he said, well, what would it take to keep you? And I named a number that was what I was making when I was with Redacted Airlines. He was like, oh, well, that's what more than I make. I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because that's what I was making.
Yeah,
I'm not making up some number. You know, I'm not giving you some bullshit figure to try to impress you. I'm telling you, this is what my marketability
this is. My worth. This is my worth, right? And you know, and even for people that make shifts in careers, midlife or whatever, and decide that the choice to change careers also comes with a pay cut.
Yes.
For me, I say, you know what? It's okay to start over. For Mateo, it's okay to start over, because I put 15 years into hotels. I put from the first day I walked into a hotel to my last day at Hyatt Capitol Hill was 15 years.
Okay.
I moved up, and then I hit a wall, and every move after that was lateral, because nobody above me was moving. They were all staying, because that's the cushy spot, right?
Yeah, because you get paid a lot, but you ain't got a lot to do, because everybody else below you does all the fucking work.
Who's going to leave that?
Right.
So for me, it was a matter of, when I considered this change, I was like, okay, what's more important to me right now in this moment? And the pandemic taught me this. My peace of mind.
Yes.
My ability to see this world for free, and my ability to take me and my partner wherever we want to go when vacation time comes is worth more than X amount of dollars, because in 5 years, with me being as patient as I am, in 5 years, I will be making more than I was making at the top line at Hyatt.
Yeah, because
if I'm just patient,
people don't pay attention. You know, crew staff, flight crew, that's a 6-figure income.
It can very easily be.
That's if you apply yourself with the same rigor that you would with anything else. If you treat it as like a blue collar fuck around kind of job, then that's what it's going to be, a blue collar fuck around kind of job.
One of my instructors at JBU in Orlando was an instructor. She left the line. She had been with JetBlue for 12. This is her 12th year anniversary. She left JetBlue. She left flying. She left what we call the line to come to the school to teach, because she just wanted a break from the air. You know, when she told us this during one of our classes, she said, "I've been here for 12 years. When I fly, my base hourly rate is $55 an hour. Right. If I fly more than 75 hours in a month, that 76 hour is 55 times 2. Right.
Because you've actually
that's $100 what's the math?
55 times 2, that's $110
$110 an hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
Right.
12 years.
Right.
I'm 41. I'll be 53. I can wait.
Yeah. And so that's part of the.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, and that's part of the reason why, even for me making this position, this change from where I was to where I'm going. It's the thing is and Dominion and I were talking about this. Like I kind of got caught up on the numbers for like a hot second, because I had a figure in mind, and then you didn't lowball me, but you just short me out like $2,000, and I was literally in my mind.
But that shortage was based on what you knew the previous person in the position was making,
and it was also what I really wanted to make. To be quite clear. But I also understood that the whole reason for me even looking at this was the long-term benefits. Right. And so for me, at the age of 50, I have to start thinking about the retirement, what I'm going to do at 60 or at 62 or whenever I decide to roll out, what I'm going to do. And having these benefits, fucking amazing. And so again, it's the long term. You're staying in for the long haul. And also because of the system, the way it's set up, state set up very similar to federal, that's a very easy fix within 1 to 2 years. And so I'm good with that.
If you can hang back for a little bit,
and I need to be patient. So
that,
it's like,
it's
fine.
5 years from now, I mean,
I'm good.
I'm like,
plus that difference, that $2,000 difference, the person who was in the position before had been like lifetime state employee. So, you know, like your friend, you know, the instructor, you know, if you've been with the system, money start adding on top of money in a way that it doesn't for someone that's fresh into the system.
Right.
So you gotta be strategic about it and don't make career decisions only with your heart, because your heart is like, girl, fuck these people. So I get that. So that's why you're looking for a new job. But then you got to be analytical about it and start thinking about it. It's like, all right, yes, I'm going to take this little bit of lower offer, but what are the benefits? Yes, I will work, but whenever I need to go somewhere, plus, are you getting, like when you stay in a hotel overnight, are you getting the points?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. So
I know that's right. He's like, what do you mean I'm getting no points?
I wasn't sure if
what?
I wasn't sure if flight crew got points when they stayed in the hotel.
So
you're
some
getting
of them
that.
do. Hilton will give us our membership points, and Marriott will. Hyatt does not honor them because of the way that the contract is set up with accounting.
Well, then I'd be like, well, we're never staying in a Hyatt.
One person against 5,000. I don't know, but yes, I get to turn in my Hyatt or my Hilton number, and I get to turn in my Marriott number.
Right.
So every time we stay at one of those layovers, here's my card, here's my number. Those points go on.
Right, and so you get all of those. You got to start figuring those things out, because you look at it like this: if you've got 100,000 Marriott points, that is more than enough for a couple of weeks trip. Oh, absolutely. And then when you start to get those points, then you start to get free days on top of free days after a certain amount of time. And that has monetary value, because if you can, I mean, yeah, you could stay at the top of the line Marriott, but if you stay like at the Spring Hill Suites for like 5,000 points a night, a week's vacation that will cost someone else $1,000 is free for you.
Let me tell you something. Since 2016 or 17, when I went out of town and took any hotel stays that were outside of, like, if they were Marriott or Hyatt or Hilton, I was like, you can just use these points, please. Thank you. And I earned my points. I was good with that, and I will miss that about my former job.
Y'all don't have no work trips to go on.
I can't earn no points.
Who said that? Oh, because the state don't allow you.
Yeah, and I'm not. Where am I going? Like, what I'm doing? I'll be in the city.
Listen, no, girl. I would be like, so there is this training coming up in Hawaii.
Well,
it's like critical for me to be there.
But the other thing too is the good thing for me is that it is going into something that I know and that I've been doing and that I'm very familiar with. Yeah. So it's like I could just talk about it off the top of my head, and so I'm good with that. But it's just it's now at this particular point doing a good job at what I can do, and change the things that I can, and just kind of holding on.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I know that there's a reorganization at the school, and there are some things that they are looking specifically for in this position. And while I think that I have the skills that and can do it, it is building my tribe to make it easier for me to do. And so it's that, it's like the new kid, you're the new kid at school. You're kind of like, okay, do they understand what I'm saying? Do they get me? Do they know where I'm going? Was that a funny? Do they understand what I'm trying to actually do? So that's the part. It's just the uncertainty of like just making new friends, which is not necessarily a real big deal. Yeah. Because I really don't have to make friends, but it would be so much easier
if you did. Yeah.
I'm not here to make friends.
But again, with my position and what I need to do.
No, I know. Yeah.
So I have, and it makes it so much easier, especially within the university, because I can just bypass a lot of the shit. Because again, everything that I've done, I know how the system works. Right. And I know how to get around it, but I need the people to understand that I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Because if they don't think I know what I'm doing, they're going to stop me here and I'm like, no, sweetie, if you're talking about financial aid, this is where we are. We need to bypass this and go over here. Log in to NSLDS. You can log in here. You can see what I can.
You just have to enter the room when you are in charge. You don't have to walk around with your dick out.
Why not?
Well, because that's not a successful strategy either.
Oh.
But when it's your opportunity and your responsibility to be in charge, you have to organize and command the room.
I don't have an issue with that.
I'm just saying it mostly for people,
yes,
for people out there, because I mean, I have to do it all the time. I mean, I don't know nothing about IT, but I'm on this team because I have a background in construction and I can understand it. But it's the same thing, you want to make friends, but you also got to let the kids know that they can't just be walking all over you and say anything to you and talk to you any old kind of way.
I feel like,
and I know working at the state,
I feel like
it's gonna be a lot of y'all cousins.
And I'll be like,
it's gonna be a lot of listen, no shade to anybody named Laquita, but it's gonna be a lot of Laquitas.
And one of the people that interviewed
me, Laquita?
She wasn't named Laquita,
but
she
Epic, excuse me, Epic.
But the last person that was
Excuse
here,
me.
the last time we did this,
I mean, I feel like
she was trying my patience. Like when we had this conversation, somehow we got it on a personal note of like, where are you from? What are you doing? And I was telling her I'm from Philadelphia. She was like, oh yeah. And what school did you go to? I was like,
bitch, you don't need to know all of that.
Like,
what the fuck? I mean, first of all, we're grown. So the high school that I went to don't mean shit.
But you know what that is? That was all about. Did he really go to? Is he really from Philadelphia? What school did he go to? Because if you went to this particular school, you're this type of person. If you went to that type of school, you're this type of person. I'm kind of like,
but wait, you're above 40. None of that should matter.
But for people, listen.
Okay.
For some people, they are way invested in that.
Okay.
Like I tell people, I went to Austin Hill High School.
Now I see why you host this in your house, because child, can you give me some water or something?
You don't need the water. You all right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I got my spinning your mind.
No, girl, you just got the drive right.
You all right? You
listen. You just going back down the street. You act like you going back to Bowie or something.
Y'all see what they doing?
He all right.
I mean, I got witnesses.
Listen, he all right. So
you just sip she slowly. So congratulations. We are very, very happy.
Yeah, really, for real.
I'm very big up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very excited about it, but I am kind of sitting here like, God damn, could I take a break? Like, but then again, you know what? I was gonna take a break anyway, because from Christmas Eve until like I'm good. Like I'm good. And I'll be in Pittsburgh, so I'm gonna be spending time there. So
are you going to a ball?
No, I am not.
Okay, just checking, just because I hadn't heard anything.
I did not.
Okay.
I need to go on air.
Get that ice off of the counter like that, please.
I did not forget about
no
man's request.
No, I'm just wondering, because time has passed.
Oh,
I don't know if they do things in the winter or not. I don't know if that's ball season.
At 2, Mateo.
No, I'm asking for information. I'm trying to.
There are balls all year round.
I haven't been to one yet.
But the one that you want to go to, as I explained to you,
the latex ball,
yes, is not until this summer.
Okay.
Is it in Philadelphia? So it's New York City, right? Yeah.
It's summer.
Okay, but
it's something to do. We'll put it on the list.
I will. I absolutely will. And then there's a couple things I'm going to do this summer as well. Because Spillerboy and I were talking about it. Like I've always wanted to go to Continental. This is going to be my year. I'm going to Continental. Like I want to go. I want to see it. Like
the pageant.
I absolutely fucking love the girls, and the girls will get it together, and I will be right in the audience like. I absolutely, and so I'm there, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, like, I have a Disney trip that's planned. Like there's some stuff I'm trying to do, and I have Blackout, and I have all this shit that I'm trying to do.
The cruise after Blackout.
Well, I'm including that in it, so it's I have all this shit that
just
I'm
making
trying
sure.
to do. And because again, like you were saying, from COVID and from this pandemic, it's like, listen, I'm not missing anything that I can afford to do. And
life is way too short,
right?
And much too long.
By afford, I mean I have the time and I have a little bit of change. I'm not trying to break myself,
right?
And I definitely am not trying to do every single thing, but these are some specific things that I know I am doing.
It's okay to go out there and live and enjoy yourself.
And that's where I'm at. So that's what I'm doing.
Life is a banquet, and most poor sons of bitches are starving to death.
Who said that?
That's
Maine.
That's from a movie.
Is she black? Is she gay?
I don't really know. I'm trying not to.
Can I see your card, please?
No, etc. I've never been. I've watched all the videos. I've met some of the girls.
Hey,
I've even been to some of the clubs in Chicago, but I have not been to Continental. And so I am. Yes, Mufasa.
When is Continental?
Continental's usually in September, like Labor Day weekend.
Well.
And I've been
Labor Day is my relaxed time in Fort Lauderdale.
Right. And so that's kind of that's one of my things I want to do. So I definitely eccentric. Definitely, when I get there, I will be like, where you at? Where y'all
What's
at?
going on? What's happening? What's the gaga? What's the gags?
Right.
Eccentric, are you coming for ML?
Took too long to answer. Yes. Hey.
Well, I mean, you know, you got to get the girls a moment. They on.
But so wait a minute. So listen, we could be here all day. We can talk about
Right, girl,
everything.
it's 8:45.
It's 8:45. Let's
But this is the fun part.
No, it is. I'm absolutely saying, but let's get through this. Let's get through this stuff first,
Right,
and then we can talk about some more fun stuff.
Let's get started. All right. So some of this shit, you know, I don't really give a shit about.
I mean, I don't either, but
All
still,
right.
I mean,
So let's get through the fun because you know we gotta spend a significant amount of time talking about Jussie.
right.
You know, that feels like
So
that's like a 30-minute conversation.
Do like
right.
2-3.
So Cardi B is the first female rapper to go diamond twice,
and Twitter's here for it.
Yeah. She's added another notch to blah 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 to have diamond twice on Monday, November 29th. She found out that her collaboration with Maroon 5's "Girls Like You" sold over 10 million units. While this is blah blah blah, yada yada yada. She's also did the same thing with Bodak Yellow,
and it sold 10 million copies.
Right. So I don't even have I heard Girls Like
10
You?
million is the spot for diamond.
That's diamond.
Diamond.
It's diamond twice. So diamond is 5 million.
Okay.
Apparently. So she's gone twice. So that's 10 million.
Gotcha.
Have I heard Girls Like You?
I can't really think about it right now because I'm already a little lost with Cardi. All her music kind of sounds the same. I love
I
it.
just
you know her music and Doja Cat sound the same to me.
Doja does not for me. She's very distinct with her sounds.
Can I ask a question about Doja Cat?
Always.
Is she a person of color?
So
Yes.
I think there is a mixture
definitely
of a couple different
person
things.
of color, but she is at least half white.
Okay.
And there is this thing where she got online, she got into one of these, you know, crazy white redneck online groups like Parlor or some shit. And with all of these white boys, you know, talking about nigga, and not like singing a song talking about it was basically like
you know that song, that new cut by the
nigga.
No, but it was the other one, nigga. No,
Oh
it's
my god,
nigga.
Right,
Nigga.
that one.
No, it was more like I hate niggas, and she was like, yeah, I hate niggas too, and you know, so she got a little backlash, but that was after I had heard Rules, so I was like, I'm still gonna listen to this.
Listen,
I
just play in my pussy, but don't play in my emotions.
So
Yeah,
I'm trying not to get any backlash for this, but I listen. I'm gonna say this name.
Mm-hmm.
The Aura has music in my collection. That I am not getting rid of, and that I will still listen to because it's good music.
Yeah,
I'll listen to it. You know, like at home. I'm not gonna be in the club like play some R. Kelly.
No.
If it's like a bunch of people at the house, I'm not gonna play it because everybody might not be down with it. But I have some very specific memories attached to that music. Very specific.
Well, I mean that's great, but I mean, my whole thing is this whole cancel culture. Like, don't play his music, don't buy it. Don't. First of all, I already bought
I'm definitely not gonna buy it.
It's
this
mine.
is music. I never even.
And I'm
bought
gonna play it.
I ripped it. So,
what was it back? No, not my Vitster.
No, I probably bought this. You know what? I probably got the CD from Columbia House and ripped it.
What was that thing called before people used to steal music?
You're talking about
Kidster? Spinster?
Napster.
Yes.
I actually bought the CDs.
I'm sure I bought it, but the point is, I get all of that. Oh, and put a pin in it. We need to talk about Rupaul.
Oh, she's on the list.
Oh, okay, good, because I didn't.
There's just something to go into it.
I didn't read this because it was very late. It was very late.
Did something
that had nothing to do with ice.
It did not. But you know, if we're talking,
no.
But you brought it up. You brought it up.
But
you brought it up. You brought it up about being late. Then we talk about having I'm sorry. Didn't you make the statement that you were going to do the advertisement for the show on Tuesday, the day before?
I did.
Okay.
The advertisement is always out on Tuesday night. I defy you to.
So now it's Tuesday night. It's not Tuesday. It's Tuesday night specifically.
Tuesday night is part of the Tuesday.
Okay.
Eccentric is going to MAL. Just heads up.
Oh no, we saw it.
Okay.
But I had to deal with this intransigence to your right.
Ooh, these big words.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you off. I didn't mean to digress.
No.
the
This is
list.
what we do. This is
Okay.
what we do. All right. So Golden Con, the first ever Golden Girls fan convention is coming to
Yay!
Chicago in 2022. All right. So that sounds.
I'll go.
to you. It's
So I don't know how I feel
hey,
about this though.
I have no intention
Like
of going.
I like the idea of it, but the
won't go?
problem
No.
is there's only one. It's Betty White, and I love Betty White. She's probably one of the funniest people that I've seen.
Right.
They're
Lola.
all funny on the show, but let me be clear. But she's the only living one at this particular point, and I don't know how funny she can actually be by herself.
She's very funny.
No, at this particular event,
Right.
For this, it's like, but she's 100 years old, or she's going to be 100 years old in January, literally.
Mhm.
So I don't necessarily know if she's going to show up or not, and I don't know if I'm ready to pay $100 to see her. But I definitely am in this. Would be interested in being in a space with people that are appreciative of the Golden Girls, because again, it is. Listen, the reads were everything.
Yes.
The
for
writing.
a
It was
lot
all
of the
in
writing was
It was the
amazing,
writing.
and so I'm here for it. But
Yes, Abby, Betty is going to be there. But yeah, that's my thing. I literally have.
I don't know.
I'm not into those cons like that. Like I love Star Trek, but see, Star Trek is different because it's an ongoing franchise with actual stuff that's happening now. I mean, unless there's going to be like a revival of the Golden Girls,
But aren't they going
we
back
will
and
just
forth?
be talking about the shit that
They can't
happened.
touch it.
Well, so I don't know. But anyway, Betty may or may not be there. She's going to be 100, so we're not sure yet. It's not sure whether she's
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress. There's lines like you won't find that anywhere
She's
in
like,
today.
I think I'm going to take a bath and let the water cover my perky bosom.
You're
Y'all
only
gonna
get
sit in the
water?
water?
So listen, and the delivery was everything. It was everything. And B. Arthur was amazing with her fucking looks, because when she was stopping, she'd be like,
Yes.
Right.
she was amazing.
She's like, no, I made this for my money.
Right. Drink the tea, mommy.
But so anyway, so enough of that. So the Bachelor fans, they're crying foul over this undergoing narrative. In no way in America is a straight cis white male athlete an underdog.
Yes.
So here's the thing. The Bachelor franchise in 2020 and early 2021 during the Black Lives Matter movement shed a light on the lack of diversity casting for the show,
Right.
which was followed by a very controversial season. And there was a whole bunch of things that went on. They had their first ever Black lead, which was Matt James.
Yep.
And with the latest announcement of this
proved
new,
not to be a homosexual after all.
Oh, there was a rumor
allegedly,
that he was gay?
There was no rumor, but if you look on his Twitter feed, it was full of lots of
Well, maybe he's
very chummy pally pictures with his white, also muscly best friend.
allegedly, he's not gay.
so good-looking, buff men can't just be friends and not have. I'm asking.
It
the
was-
question.
But no, they can be.
They can be friends,
But
but
when
it was
more.
way
It was
the
like
pictures.
so. It's not even. It
There
wasn't
was a
even
level-
romance. It
it
was
was a
more of
level-
like just a romance.
It was a level of intimacy in the pictures that went beyond just like, hey, we're friends.
Okay.
It wasn't just two dudes who might happen to be shirtless. It was a lot of we're hanging out at each other's apartments, my head is on his shoulder or my head is on his chest, or we're doing a lot of, semi-clothed things. And it felt very homoerotic.
It was yeah.
And devil's advocate,
Mhm.
when ladies do the same, when girls get white girl wasted and they end up making out on the dance floor in the club, or they go take showers together. Oh my God, will you look
That means that they're lesbians.
Does it?
Lesbians.
Lesbians.
Well, this is Danny Thomas one. That's Lebanese, Blanche.
So anyway,
Exactly. Eccentric said it looked like a Bon
Bon
Ami
Ami
commercial.
commercial.
Yes.
Okay.
It looked
Okay.
very
Okay.
softcore
it
porn.
was very it was very that.
So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
listen, it is
So-
what it is. But yeah, so
so
this
here's the
girl
thing.
has said some shit, and of all of the shit that I'm concerned with Black Lives Matter and diversity, I can give a shit about. I don't care if there's never another Black Bachelor in all of creation, because that's not
So
going to change
that-
anything in the creation.
That's just where we are. And it's the point is, the newest Bachelor that they're having for the next season, Clayton Eckert, is a
Oh, God.
28-year-old white
He
former
looks like-
NFL player.
He looks
from
exactly like what his name
Yeah.
is. He looks like a Clayton Eckert.
Oh,
And the
God.
thing is, it's
mildly attractive, kind of buff former football player.
Right. But the
Looks
thing is,
like
it goes
he's
against
said the blacks.
every single thing that has gone on this season with the Black Bachelorette and the 4 Black contestants that are in their top 4 at this particular point for the show. And they're like, why would you choose another white male over top of all? Because this shows you everything about Black love and that Black romance exists. And then also there's controversy over he was on a previous season of The Bachelorette, and the person who he was on that show with was a young Black man who was claiming that he was the underdog, and his whole narrative was that he was the underdog. He got voted off first, and then Clayton got voted off. But then when he came to advertise himself for the next Bachelor, they're using the Black guy that was put off first, his tagline about being the underdog. So that's where some of these people,
if they were smart, the Black people on The Bachelor will take a page from the Black people from Big Brother and make this shit happen.
Well, we shall see what that's going to bring.
Have a barbecue.
That is true. But we will see what this is going to bring, because his season, he's already he's already appointed for the next season, and we'll see what this actually brings, because one of the one of the groups that was up against him was the Bachelor Diversity Campaign. There's a collective of fans who want to see the show step up to its commitment to diversity. We've seen the show before, quite literally over 20 times. This is a knock to Clayton, this is not a knock to Clayton, who seems like he's a nice guy for our very limited introduction to him, but frustration that producers ignored the visible, impactful, and diverse contenders for this season and last in order to show us the same tired formula. And that's what the argument is at this particular point. So we shall see.
Bachelor Diversity Campaign, a collective of fame. Oh, girl.
Listen,
I'm sorry. We will
go with
How long has this show been on? 20 years?
75 years.
Yeah, it's been for quite some time.
And the girls be getting real worked up about it.
It was never that interesting to me.
I'm like these girls, when I say girls, I mean people, they be crying real tears over this dude that they just met. And I mean, it's 25.
So you didn't get upset about Flavor of Love? I mean, come on, really?
No.
I don't know why anybody would get upset over Flavor.
It was entertaining, though. It was entertaining to watch, but I didn't get mad.
I just watched the Best Man the other day when what's her face said, you were a contestant on the Flavor of Love. You kissed Flavor of Love. Oh my God! Oh, I love Regina Hall. Oh, okay. Yes, all right. Okay.
Yes.
So there were, Versus has kept going. It feels like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Okay.
Now.
So wait, because I have a question for this.
They got into a fight.
Let's talk about this. Okay.
Fight.
So Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia was the latest Versus. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't even know why we even had these
Mafia,
two together.
You have an Oscar,
right? And on top of that, that's the only shit that y'all did. You lucked up and got the Oscar on the first go around, and that. But whatever.
What did they win the Oscar for?
They won the Oscar for
that movie with Terrence Howard.
Oh, that was them.
Yeah, that was them.
Okay.
Not Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was 3 6.
That was 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So when the showdown took place last Thursday at the Hollywood Palladium, Bone Thugs is Busy Bone finished the verse and then called out a member of 3 6 for mocking him. Busy says, hey, before we even get started, you ugly motherfuckers ain't fitting to be mocking me while I'm on a motherfucking stage. Straight the fuck up. And then Busy appears to throw a water bottle towards 3 6 Mafia's side. Now, let's be clear.
All of these niggas is old as shit.
Yeah, you can't throw no water bottle at
these
no
are old men in their late 40s and early 50s.
But you still can't throw no water bottle at no just straight up nigga, and not even just straight up nigga, but just a grown ass man. Because we didn't ready to start fighting. You throwing something at me, and it's like,
if Epic threw a bottle at me, I will whoop his ass.
He will try.
Here's the thing. Listen. We're both going to the hospital.
No, we are, bitch. We are. Listen. I will be there. Yes.
I'm just here for the comments.
I am here. Yes, that is me that hit him with the hammer, and yes, he did hit me with the actual television screen. So we are here. I want to make sure he's okay.
You see,
he wants to make sure I'm okay, and that's where we are. So it's okay.
No, they got into a fight.
But anyway, so when they got into a fight, the fight got broken up, and then Busy came on stage and he apologized. He said he wanted to apologize to everybody the fuck out there.
Wait a minute.
I'm trying not to. Listen, he said, I'm trying not to fuck this shit up. let's keep the party going. And then they went on, and other people showed up.
Right, they don't have
as guest appearances. So Terrence Howard, Little John, Little Wayne, Little Flip, they all showed up.
Who the fuck is Little Flip?
Who cares? But here's the thing.
Little.
So we went to one of our my Onyx Law brother Spectre had his 40th birthday party. We went to Fogo de Chao, and he had his. It was actually it was pretty good because it was actually Texas Day Brazil, and then it became Fogo de Chao.
Oh, okay.
And the one in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
So while we were there, he had several people there. So it was like Scrappy showed up, Cobalt showed up. Like it was a whole bunch of us there. So we were all there. So also
she came out the woods.
Yes. So also one of Spectre's Sigma brothers came out as well, and he's cool. Like we love all his friends and the family come around. Yes. Oh, okay. So he had the nerve to say he had the nerve to say
I did it off camera, so no one saw what it was.
He had the nerve to say that Busy Bones was the Michael Jackson of rap for his time.
I don't know who is Busy Bones.
He said that?
Oh,
was he high when he said that?
So at that point, listen. All of my Philadelphia Northeast corridor rap from 1985 or 86 and going back came out. I was like, how dare you fucking call Busy Bones the Michael Jackson of all people? And that's what I would explain to him. I was like, of all people, this is who you pick? Busy Bones?
This is
I meet you.
You know what that sounds like?
Right. Like what the fuck?
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Electra saying that Al B. Sure was the Marvin Gaye of our time.
So we literally were having
everyone laugh?
We were having this debate at the end of the table, and I found myself, I'm sitting in the corner, I found myself getting heated because I was like,
did you throw a water bottle?
We ain't throw no water bottle.
Okay.
But listen, had I thrown a water bottle, bitch, I'll stand in my shit. But I ain't throw no water bottle. But it was funny, but it was like I felt sad for him because I was like, I felt sad for him because I was like, yes, I am. But I felt sad for him because I was like, you really believe this? Like, you really think that
you weren't joking?
Like he was
like,
he was
you
serious.
have to confirm who Busy Bones was.
Exactly. He
I had to
was
think
so
about it.
serious, and I was like,
but what did he back that up with?
I don't know.
Because if he had been like, nigga, meet me at the crossroads, boom,
he tried.
Boom,
He tried to.
Because I can't think of one thing that other than meeting at the crossroads.
That's it.
That I could.
He said, but he had his whole solo project, and I was like, see, that's the problem right there. He had a solo project. I don't even know nothing about. Right. And I was naming.
If he's
all
the Michael
these
Jackson. Listen, on the top of your head, without even thinking, you can think of at least 10, 20 Michael Jackson songs.
Right. And on top of that, in that age, in that time bracket, I was like, you can't say that he wasn't. We had other people at that time frame, like Big Daddy Kane. You had Heavy D. You had even Kumo D. You had Run DMC. You had Nas.
Wait.
Eric B and Rakim.
Hello.
I just realized something. Maybe he meant in complexion.
No, because they're not even the same.
Because here's the thing: he started off like you and me, and he ended up like this tag. So like,
that's what I'm saying. Maybe he Busy Bones was the Michael Jackson.
He was serious. And listen, I want to say this right now to my brother, my friend. Baby, you was high.
Yes, you had to have been high.
You was high. You was drunk. You was tired. I don't know what it was, but bitch, I still love you. I still love you. You are deranged and crazy and delusional, but I still love you.
One of Lonzi's.
Okay.
One of Spectre's Sigma brothers. No. In town, and she's shattering all kinds of princess beauty standards. So, in the production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, currently running at the Olney Theater in Maryland, Belle is played by Jade Jones, a self-described queer plus-size Black woman.
All right.
She says, whoever Dodge is. Someone says that when she offered Jones a starring role, it just completely threw her for a loop that a queer, plus-size, curvy, dark-skinned Black woman was going to play a classic Disney princess. It was, to me, a thrill of learning how to navigate the story in this retelling. It was so apparent to me that it was long overdue to celebrate body types of all sizes.
Amen.
And Jones says, I never imagined I would play a Disney princess in my entire life. I mean, there were never any Disney princesses who looked like me. It's just a dream to do a show like this that I never thought I would be cast in. I'm living my musical theater dreams. So here's my thing. It says It was a thrill to me. Dodge, who was apparently the producer,
Yes,
said it was a thrill to me to learn how to navigate the story in this retelling. I'm concerned.
So that's where I'm at, because she literally retold the story from her point of view and changed the character and kind of the story almost just slightly, because she said she's tailored the production's depiction of Belle to Jones's strength, which is that she's a ferocious, smart, vulnerable actor who we made. And so she said we then made Belle heroic.
So Effie White as Belle.
Sounds like it, right?
And I have a real problem with that, because for me, equality and representation is not that you take a character and turn her into a sassy Black girl. Is that you can be Belle, but this Belle isn't white. It's the same story that Belle isn't white. It's the same story, except that Ariel isn't white. It's the same story, except that Tiana, instead of being Black, is Latina, and so maybe the name changes to maybe a more Asian sounding name, but it's not all of a sudden now set in Chinatown and all of this Japanese music is playing. To me, this is minstrel. This could be minstrel.
You have to be careful with it.
You have to be careful with it, because Black people come in all sorts of stories, and you don't need to. We want to see ourselves in the classic story, not in a
retelling for the.
We want to see the Wizard of Oz, not the Wiz.
Right.
Not that.
Don't get me wrong. Understand.
I enjoy the Wiz.
Understand.
But the thing is, we want to see ourselves in that initial thing. We want to see our Dorothy Gale, not Dot or whatever.
Right.
And in that same vein, Wicked announced that they
have
their Broadway's first Black Glinda. Brittany Johnson is going to be the first Black Glinda. Now, she's making history with this, but she also made history before. She said she made history with the musical when she descended from the Glinda's magical bubble on January 10th, 2019, marking the first time an actress of color played the part on Broadway. A night she said she would never forget, because she was the understudy. At that particular point. Well, almost 3 years since her first performance as Glinda the Good, Johnson says she feels a new kind of excitement now that she becomes the first Black woman to play the bubbly witch 8 times a week at the Gershwin Theater. She says it's an honor. I only had a few people who I feel like I could look up to when I was starting this journey, and it's still a little surreal for me. And so she's really excited about it. Kristen Chenoweth, who originated the role, she also has given Johnson her blessing, if you will, for the part. And so I'm happy for that. And the young lady that is playing Glinda, she apparently has her resume is actually pretty well stacked.
Brittany's or the other girl?
Brittany's.
Brittany's.
It's pretty well stacked.
And they're not going to rewrite the role.
No,
of that.
They're
And so that's what I like.
That's
good,
that's
because
exactly
it's just the same person. It's a Black person playing the role. So some girl is like, okay, I can be this green Black person too now. So.
Well, devil's advocate, I think, to just talk about Miss Dodge over here, I think, as a producer and as a director and coming from the theater, when they make choices to change the historical aesthetic of a character that is printed in time, such as a Disney princess, and they make the conscious choice in production meetings to say, we're going to go in a different direction. Belle has been brunette and white for 400 years or 82 years, whatever it is. We're going to cast someone who is not that. How then, looking at the totality of the story and the research and production that we have to do for the story, can we have a person of color who is also curvy and has body? How can that then be real, quotation marks, in the world of this musical that we're doing? We have to make changes elsewhere. The way that they sing, the way that they move, the way that they act, the things that they talk about, we're going to have to change the script. Those are the choices that directors and producers and production staff have to make when they make a radical change in the aesthetic of a classical character. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm on either side of the fence. But what I'm saying is those are the conversations that happens in production meetings. It's when they're making a radical change from what people have always known. When you go to Walt Disney World or Walt Disneyland and you look for Belle, this is what you see. So if I take that same 6-year-old girl or boy from Disney World to Broadway and show them the same Belle they're like, okay, yeah, that's just like Belle back in Florida. But now Belle looks like this young lady. He's like, well, mommy, that's so they have to make sure that the story is different.
So
I don't know. I don't know that that's
And
an
so-
excuse, but those are the conversations that they're having.
and that is how I looked at. That's what
they're talking about at these meetings.
What's her face taking the role of Belle. I looked at it that way. I did not look at it as a minstrel piece. I didn't look at it as being a satire. Like I didn't look at it as any other way other than they're putting her in this particular role. However, just like you said, they addressed her strong points or her strengths of her character.
Another example
so that's
is
kind of how I looked at it.
Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story is the same story, but they're different. They're different demographics.
So they're very, very similar.
They're similar because
West Side
they're
Story
certain.
is based off of West.
I get that, but it's based off of, but it's a different story. It's not also called West. It's not also called Romeo and Juliet.
You're right.
It is. It is a classic story
that's been told.
Both of those stories are classic stories. The star-crossed lovers is a classic trope going all the way back to ancient Greek dramas and tragedies and stuff. And so that's my point. West Side Story is a story specifically about, at least this one is, because I've just watched something with Rita Moreno and they talk about how every role where someone is supposed to be Latin is played by a Latin person, and whereas the one in whatever. But so that is a story that is purposely told about a specific group of people. They didn't call it Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
They named it something else. That's one thing.
Yeah.
That's Wiz versus the Wizard of Oz, kind of.
Yeah.
But more so.
Right.
It's like saying we're going to do King Lear. King Lear is traditionally, a white European role.
Yeah.
And instead of
Fishburne played him as well at one point.
Right, but it can,
I think
you could do King Lear and just have King Lear be black. It doesn't have to then be King Lear, but set in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me,
yep.
That's how I felt about.
I got you
about that. But listen, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. I'm very happy for this black woman,
of course,
who gets this opportunity. I just want, and for her, it's always going to be an opportunity, whatever happens. But I want people in positions of power who are often not black, not Latin, not Asian, not Native American, not gay, not trans, to understand that inclusion doesn't mean changing the entire environment to what you think is a stereotypical representation
of that thing
of it. Beauty and the Beast doesn't now have to be set in the hood and the Beast is a drug dealer. It doesn't have to be that. It could be the exact same characters, except a black person is playing it.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel.
And I think that's one way of looking at it. Yeah. So I think that's one way of looking at it.
All right. So Gorilla Glue, y'all remember her, Tessica Brown?
Yes.
She says her hair is falling out now.
I thought it was good.
This is another story I don't care about. But she did all that shit to her hair. Which, listen, I have never done this, but I imagine I could be putting in my, product that I use in my beard, and for whatever reason, I grab the super glue instead of whatever.
Why is super glue in your bathroom?
Same reason that I would ask her why the fuck, wherever it was that she was doing her hair, she had the Gorilla Glue.
She specifically looked for the super glue because she looked for something for her hair. It wasn't that it was in her bathroom; it was just there in the house, and that's what she used it for. But that's a whole nother story.
Right.
Anywho,
so she got all that done. She had found a black doctor who hooked her hair up. She got her hair grown.
He created the sound to pull it out.
Right. He did a whole thing. And so that was a year ago. So then since then, she has started a hair care product business. And she also has a single out called My Hair.
Oh my God.
Which was actually kind of cute.
He liked it.
It was kind of cute.
I thought it was ghetto and unfunny.
It was kind of cute.
This is like the retelling of Sweet Brown.
It was kind of cute.
It was kind of that. It was kind of very
the production was cute. I'm just saying.
Excuse me.
So now.
Oh, is that her?
Yes. So she turned, she said her hair is falling out. The culprit is hair dye intended to cover unwanted grays. Now, all right, so let me show you how this looked. I don't have a comb here. But what she did was she gets on, first of all, I, as a person with a hair care product line, would not get on TV talking about my hair is falling out, because then I'm like, but that's your business. That would be like a clothing designer that can't dress, or a barber who always got a fucked up edge.
We're not going to talk about that.
I like that comment.
Barber's edge.
We're not going to talk about
barber's
edge.
edge.
It's not his edges.
Who?
It's all of this.
Wait.
So like, it just cut it off.
It's just gone. My barber.
His hairline is just a mess.
Oh,
but he does an incredible job.
His hairline is up here, but he's bald back here.
Oh, so he has to donut.
And but it's not even like a solid, just like cute little ball. It's
and
like
then it's
patchy.
down here.
Is he subscribing to the show?
No,
I don't
Okay.
I hope you don't tune into this one.
We will have lost the barber.
Okay.
But my point is, all right, so she gets on and she's like, my hair's falling out. And she pulls out this comb and she combs through it in his hair. And she shows like a little clump of hair, but the clump of hair looked like something out of a package, because it wasn't the same texture or the same curliness as the hair that was in her head. So it felt like yes. So she's the first nominee for Stunt.
I smell a
Stunt Queen. This is a low-level stunt. This is a low-level stunt because don't nobody really care about this.
She
is Stunt Queen.
She's trying to make her 15
level.
minutes. She's trying to make her 15 minutes of fame go into 25 minutes.
She wants a half hour.
It's like, girl,
exactly.
I smell a stunt.
Yeah. So next up, Negro Leagues baseball player Bud Fowler and Buck O'Neil will be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. So I couldn't tell you much more about them other than that they were 2 of 7 Negro League players and pre-Negro League players who are being considered Sunday for induction into the Hall of Fame. O'Neil and Fowler joined 4 other candidates: Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Mignoso, and Tony Olivia as part of the Hall of Fame class of 2022.
I've heard the name Buck O'Neil. And
I have too.
I've heard it, but I don't follow sports ball that much.
Me either, and definitely not some shit that happened like 75 years ago. He was.
I did watch League of Their Own and enjoyed it.
Oh my god!
I loved it.
When I tell you, for some reason, every time I watch that, I start crying.
Oh,
that is my favorite song.
Yeah, Will Angel.
It's the relationship between Gina and her sister.
Yeah,
Gina Davis.
And you know what? I'm pretty much okay with Madonna, but this used to be my playground. Used to make me cry all the time.
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. She's not watching right now. She just called me, but I want to send a shout out to my cousin she is on her way right now to put down her fur baby. And she's had Trinity for 15 years. And Trinity has she's a 15-year-old white Shih Tzu, and she's less than 6 pounds. She's like 5.4 pounds. And she has a mass growing in her. And so we were talking last night, and I know she's upset, and I also was trying to talk to her, but I also know that I couldn't make a decision for her because we were having a conversation about your logical side versus your emotional side. And at the end of the day, I just want her to know that if you tune into this particular show, please know that I absolutely love you and adore you. And I'm, again, as I said before, I'm here to support you with whatever decision that you make. And I think that, I know that she's on her way to put her down, and she just called me. So I have to call her back and find out what actually happened. So I'm just sending out some very positive energy for her.
Sending you love, Trinity.
So
enjoy.
Yes.
Oh,
so now I feel bad about this segue.
I'm sorry.
Well, first, Nick Cannon. First, we want to send our condolences to Nick Cannon, whose son died the day before yesterday who was like 6 months old. He had died of a brain cancer.
Oh no!
But we also need.
We have talked about that.
Call him Nick Cannon.
Is it going to be Nick Cannon or
Dick Cannon
or Neck Cannon? Or Dick Cannon. So 2 things.
Unlike the rest of the internet, I am not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
You need to see the picture?
Sure.
Now that's just the picture. It's right here, dear.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I've been told some people said that was staged, but we're not even talking about that. We're talking about him on his show the other day where his penis was giving the kids something they could feel.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Oh, speaking of penis. So this was him on his show day before yesterday. And apparently this is not the first time where he's, presented for the girls. And someone said, you noticed Mariah's throat was never right after the marriage because he bashed her throat in. So all I want for Christmas is you. She got it.
She
got now. She can't sing, but listen,
you heard that.
Good.
You heard that dub that she did without the music, right?
I think that was a joke. I don't think that was a joke.
No,
I don't know if it was a joke. Because she was like,
yo,
it was a little too real for
right.
me.
So I'm going to assume it's real. And so that's what makes him a candidate for Stunt Queen, because that's not an accidental presentation. Because there is someone looking at this like
a costumer, a production assistant. Somebody sees him coming into the wings from the dressing room and saying, "You know what, bro? And why are you semi-erect right now? You're about to go on stage."
Or maybe that's just what it looked like. I mean, some people just can't hide it.
Floppy.
He's so excited. He just can't hide it.
This is for grown folks.
He's about to lose control, and I think he likes it.
That's fine, but floppy cock and opposite floppy cock, no.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
He like if he was having a moment, if he was having a little bit of a
he's coming to MAL.
Yes, of course, bring it. All of it.
I never found him attractive, so it wouldn't do nothing.
Well, no, what I'm saying is it's appropriate.
What am I gonna do with all of that dick?
Burp it.
Exactly.
Send him your way.
Oh well, we know.
Oh well,
we know.
I can have a conversation with him.
Okay,
right.
But no, I mean
a conversation with your throat.
Thinking about a talk show, thinking about a program.
Yes.
If he's coming on stage in the wings, waiting to go on stage in front of a live audience,
mm-hmm.
You have production staff, you have a stage manager, you have an assistant stage manager, all these different checkpoints to go through to say, "Hey, Nick, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in position to go?" Because right now you're.
Oh, he's in a position.
So yes,
already.
Right. And they literally say like you're like, especially from a tailoring perspective, like when you do pants, you're like, do you dress to the left? Do you dress to the left? It's like, okay, well, listen, Nick, your dressing is showing.
And you're dressing and wear your underwear.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So that's why I say stunt. I think it was planned. Successful because it's everybody talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not my ministry. I don't like.
What's not your ministry?
I'm not built like that. I can't I'm not walking. I can't do that.
Oh.
I just don't have the skills for that. I don't have the skill set for that. Sorry.
Pay the skills to pay the bills.
Yeah, I don't have the skills.
All right,
speaking.
Can you send me that to my phone just for a little bit more research?
Of course, dear. You know, I got you.
So
speaking, well, let's get to RuPaul first.
So RuPaul season 14 has been announced, and all the girls have been announced for the season 14 cast. Yes. So you have, and it's going to air on January 7th. And so the season 14 cast members are Orion Story, June Jambalaya, Lady Camden, Jasmine Kennedy, Maddie Morphosis, Alyssa Hunter, Carrie Colby, Georges, Diabetes, Willow Pill, Deja Sky, Cornbread Jete, Bosco, and Angeria Paris Van Michaels. What's interesting about this cast
wins for the name alone.
Yeah, what's interesting about this cast is they did, as they always do, they do an introduction on YouTube and get to talk about every single person. And one of the ones that was most interesting to me was Maddie Morphosis. Maddie Morphosis is a cisgendered heterosexual man that does drag.
Okay. Mm-hmm. There was a cisgendered heterosexual man in my class at JBU for JetBlue. He was in the group of us that got trained together.
A heterosexual flight crew person?
Yes.
Male.
And he loves women. He actually ended up, if I'm not mistaken, dating one of our classmates.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in Boston together. But as a hobby, he goes out in full drag. He does not consider men attractive. He's not attracted to penises, to men. He likes, but he goes, and when I tell you,
so he's a cross-dresser,
and I mean a damn good one. I've seen photos of him in work, and baby,
yes,
baby,
might be a little diluted, but that's probably what we need at this moment.
Am I talking too much?
No. That's not what we mean. It's
me. Because I'm like, I just don't.
So finish your story, please.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that was the end of it. That
Oh,
was it. I was just
right,
like,
so
I've met someone who is a straight man who really likes to just go full drag. I mean, full face, full like the padding and the boobs, the whole situation. And we'll take that shit off and go.
Exactly. Now appearing at Hooters, straight drag queen Maddie. All right, so Epic, I feel that you have specific feelings about this.
Uh-oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone, you're a grown person, you do whatever the hell you want to do. But I feel like this is along the lines of that conversation that we have about straight women coming to a gay club for like a bachelorette party, and they start bringing their girlfriends, and they start bringing their kids, and they start bringing their families. And I feel like whatever the it doesn't matter to me, and he can do whatever he wants. But as far as on the spectrum, I don't know this person, but I feel like he's probably leaning more gay. That's just me. This is my opinion. And I also feel like there's a piece of publicity stunt-ish going on the contestant side as well as on Rue's side, because I feel like you had such a controversial season with Got Mick and Sonique and just all these things. But I also feel like there are some things about being gay and or specific communities within the LGBTQT queer IA plus spectrum that should be just let them stay there. And I don't feel that everything is for everybody. And that probably sounds non-inclusive and almost elitist, or like I'm attacking someone, but I'm really not. But I just feel like some things need to be sacred. And I just have some very complex gay feelings about that. That's all I can say about that.
I think I'm on the same page with you. It's like, I agree that anyone can do drag. Anyone can dress up as the opposite sex or do a gender fuck performance or whatever. But drag as...
Wait,
and it's RuPaul's Drag Race. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yes, but I just want, best friend, you said you were straight when you first went out.
Child, don't pay her
during
no
Halloween.
Just dash over that. She's supposed to. Don't pay no attention to that. Don't
Sorry.
give that any energy.
Sorry.
Don't give that any energy.
Sorry.
But yeah, so can a straight man do that?
Absolutely.
Sure. I mean, who am I to tell anyone what they can and can't do in their life? But when a straight man puts on a dress and gets his sexual kicks, he is a transvestite.
Right.
But when a gay man has way too much gender, passion sense for one gender, he is a drag queen. You
are just a boy in a
dress. Right.
It feels gay spaces are forever expanding to include others. And I think at some point it doesn't become a gay space anymore.
Right.
It just becomes a space.
And I think
some of that is good. So when the gay space became the space for the gays and the lesbians, of course. When the gay and lesbian space said the gays, the lesbians, and trans people, totally 100% down with that. But now the gay space of drag and this show has been, all right, so everybody here is at least on a spectrum of oppression. Black, white, Asian, Latinx. You are gay, bisexual, trans. So you are experiencing depression. Drag is your way of expression. And a lot of these kids who have been on the show, if you're trans or gay, have experienced lives where, especially for the gay ones, they've been called sissy, or they've been doing drag is a way to say fuck you to the world.
Yep.
For trans people, probably the same thing, slightly different, but we can understand that. But when a straight dude does it, it's like, oh, well, it just feels like dress up to me. It feels like someone who is much better at one of those challenges where they have where they make over their drag daughters, and it's some straight dude is just someone who's much better than that. And so, listen, I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at his inclusion in this show. And I'm not mad because I ultimately could give a shit. Right. But you know what I mean? It's just like, this show to me is about gay, bisexual, trans people expressing themselves through drag as a political statement. And is a straight man dressing in drag a political statement? Yeah, sure. I get that.
It could be.
It could be. But
could be not.
It could be not. It just feels like, as I said, the idea of this inclusion gets to a point where now it's nothing, because if everybody can do it, then it becomes less than.
It reminds me of the conversation we were having a couple of years ago, pre-COVID, about leather contests and the criteria to enter a leather contest.
Mm-hmm.
When there wasn't really an uproar, but there were bubblings on the Book of Faces and elsewhere, where the rules for specific title contests were you had to identify as a gay or bisexual male to run for Mr. Fill in the blank.
Yeah, and because the fucking Mr. So-and-so is like a gay bar.
And then there were other contests that said that you had to exclusively be a gay, cisgendered man to run for Mr.
Now
X,
that feels too exclusionary.
So there were these different conversations about what it means to just be able to run for a contest. If I am a trans person and I identify as a male, as a trans person, why can't I run for Mr. XYZ? Because the rules of the contest say that you have to be born XYZ. That was this whole thing.
Right.
This reminds me of that a little bit, because
it does.
It's saying it's a little.
I see where you're going.
Straight men shouldn't be allowed to do this because this is for us by us kind of thing.
Right, and the for us by us is cultural.
Mm-hmm.
It's cultural. It's not.
And
it's not about what you're. That
right,
was that whole gay bar, that Mr. or Ms. So and so thing was, exclusionary based on biology.
Mm-hmm.
But
it says to me that you're not part of this culture. If you gay people, LGBTQ people are part of a culture.
Mm-hmm.
Straight people are not part of that culture. And it is literally the conversation that we were having about straight people in gay bars and not knowing how to act. Mm-hmm. And so the whole thing changes because it is more literally than just the wearing of the drag. Yeah. It is about a shared experience. Every year I can't believe we're spending this much time on it, but it's important on some level. And this isn't fucking McNeil Lair News Hour. This is the BGKH show.
Right.
So, but every year the girls get on there and they talk about how, at least one of them talks about how my mother put me out, or I didn't have a good relationship with my family, or I was picked on in school, or I was assigned male at birth, but I always have felt like a woman, or I've always felt different. Mm-hmm. This dude is just gonna be like, nah. Yeah. So I just like to wear women's clothes, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's you're putting that person in the same room and from the same cultural perspective as people whose whole identity is shaped by being rejected by society.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the basis, at least to me, the basis of that.
A Black H, I don't think that's what was actually meant by that comment.
Yeah, that's not what I meant at all.
But that sounds like another conversation too.
Right. So anyway, the bottom line is that I'm probably not going to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, not because of that. I mean, I said that, but I know he's going to make me watch it. Let's put it this way. I have zero interest in it.
You had zero interest in it last season.
Did you enjoy last season?
I was forced to watch it.
But did you enjoy it?
It was all right.
Okay. I remember some of your comments like, "Oh, she turned that the fuck out. I was living for this and this." And
It was something to do.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So now we've gone over time, but this is why we got everything in on battery, and we can go because now we have to get. So we've had the low level stunt,
Yes,
which was Tessica Brown. We had the mid level stunt, which was Nick Cannon. We've had a sort of high level stunt because this whole straight dude in the drag thing
kind of
feels like a
mid to high
stunt. Because if it wasn't going to be a stunt, because like some people knew who Gottmik was beforehand, but they didn't really talk about it beforehand. It was like, oh, Gottmik's on the show. Gottmik is a trans man, which that was just. It is what it is. But the amount of publicity that has gotten around this dude being straight says that this whole thing is a stunt from World of Wonder Productions. So that's sort of a mid to high level stunt. But the stuntiest of stunts is Al Brista, Miss Juicy Smollett. So on his first night, he testified that the night he met Bola Osundaro, they did weed and cocaine, then went to a bathhouse and quote unquote touched each other.
So listen.
So I have lots of feelings. I'd like to hear what our guest of honor has to say about it, please.
The bathhouse that they went to in Chicago,
Steamworks.
I'm assuming it was Steamworks.
Yes, it was Steamworks.
I've been there.
We've all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go into Steamworks
or any bathhouse. Let's just be clear, any bathhouse.
Without the express written intent of touching someone.
Not touching. Fucking.
Well, touching is the bare minimum because not everyone's there.
Because bitch, no one pays money to touch.
Listen, my very first time in a bathhouse. Remember, I started out as a baby gay. My very first time in a bathhouse.
We were all baby gays at one point.
Yes, but Miss Juicy is almost 40.
Miss Juicy is
she's no baby
but
gay.
I'm talking about Bolo.
No, this girl, she's
first of all, as a baby guy, I didn't even know about the bathhouses. Let's start there.
Right, but my point is though, the first time I went to a bathhouse, it wasn't Steamworks, but the first time I went to one, I did not have sex. I was touched.
I hear what you're saying.
So
I disagree that Bola Olasundario is a baby gay. She's trade.
And that's fine.
And also, she has the cultural issues of being a gay man
from Nigeria.
From Nigeria that are probably hindering his development as a gay man.
Of course. But so here is what I think happened.
Okay.
All right.
But wait. Let me stop. Have we all not had a gay? Have we all not had a drug-fueled night at the gay house?
These colonizers are dragging it. I love it.
I'm just saying.
But he's a Black H is white. You know, all those white people are trying to make him a they're trying to make it be like he did weed and cocaine. Like every one of us knows a white girl who does weed and cocaine and fucks in the bathroom at the club all the time. So they're acting like, someone did weed and cocaine at the club when fucking Lindsay Lohan did that every fucking night.
But isn't that an 8-ball?
What?
Isn't that 8-ball weed and cocaine?
Well, I don't know. I don't do that sort of thing.
I think that's an 8-ball. I think I got or is that cocaine?
No,
it's cocaine.
You don't think you
No.
know?
I'm not sure.
I'm joking.
And so I'm gonna get back to why this is not new to anybody, because the terminologies was used that let you know this wasn't, none of them was new to this.
Well, he says touched here in this article, but in his
this is just a picture. This isn't the whole article. This is
but he does say in the article.
What he says in the article is that they were in a club. They went into the bathroom. Didn't say they did cocaine. He said we did a bump.
Yeah,
that lets me know
it's coke.
It's not that it's coke. This ain't the first time,
but that is coke.
Like someone is like, yeah, we did cocaine. If you say we did a bump,
that means
but the issue it's not the issue is not that Jussie it's Jussie's first time doing it, because Jussie's done this clearly several times. The issue is that they're saying that Don. I'm gonna
Yes,
call him
Bola.
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 No,
O.
don't do that.
It's Bola.
Don't
It's
do
Bola.
that.
Bola O.
That sounds too much
Sorry.
like something else.
Bola O. That Bola O. The issue is that Bola O said that it was his first time and that he was, I don't want to say not coerced.
Pressured, convinced.
But according to Jussie, they did it several times.
Against his
They did it
consent.
at least twice.
At least two times.
But let's go back. Let's go back. So they met for whatever reason that they met. Jussie was trying to get trained to do some, because they're both bodybuilders. Him and his brother are bodybuilders, and so they were training Jussie to do whatever.
You don't need to train this, first of all. But
You
go
don't.
on.
Intimacies developed.
Yes.
These two people are still relatively new to this country. So they didn't know that this, somewhat attractive light-skinned person is also on what was at the time arguably one of the not most successful shows on television, but
it's an eighth of cocaine. Sorry,
most well-known, at least in the Black community. So when they met him,
they knew that?
I don't think they knew that because
Okay.
they're like Nigerian. They're not of Nigerian extraction. You listen to them talk.
They're Nigerian, but
they are freshly from
But
Nigeria.
they have the internet in Nigeria.
they most
They got the internet in Nigeria, but what they watch on, you ever seen Nigerian TV?
No.
Yeah.
I've seen their houses. They're beautiful.
They are. But anyway, so I think that at some point it went from a training relationship to clearly these two was fucking. Then they recognized who he was and tried to pull a stunt and tried to be extort money from him. And then Jussie was like, girl,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. And here's why, because everyone already knows that I'm gay. So how could you extort me, a out gay man? I have nothing to lose by the world knowing that I got fucked by, because he definitely got fucked. I mean,
but Jussie might be a type. He's at least he might be versatile.
Epic. Look at me. Look at me.
Well, I mean,
whoever fucked who.
Yeah,
whoever fucked who.
Not every person who looks like that is on top.
That's true. But everybody that look like that. So yes. So regardless of who fucked who, when these two brothers, and I also think at one point he didn't have the two brothers. I don't think ever had sex together. No, but I think they definitely had sex with him together.
And I think one got jealous of the other.
Whether
Jussie liked one, but more.
Well, whether one got jealous of the other, when they tried to extort money from him. And this is all speculation. Right. None of this represents facts. This is not facts in the case. This is just 50. Alleged. This is just 30 plus years of being a gay man and seeing lots of shit go down. And here's my take on what happened.
Give us your analysis.
My analysis.
What you got?
They had whatever relationship they had. Initially, it was because the checks that you saw was from him being trained. So those can be that can be explained. There was checks that was being paid because it was training and whatever. And
it was
that turned into like a gay.
I think
it turned into gay porn. It was like, you want to spot me, bro? Spot me turns into sucking dick, turns into doing whatever. So and then we get to the point where then all the weed and the cocaine and all of that. That's okay, fine. They went to I just took exception to the touch because, like you said, don't nobody go to Steamworks to get touched. I'm also like, girl, Jussie, you got enough money to at least get a hotel. It was like,
but so I had this argument today with somebody because they were saying that he was a stunt queen just because of the fact that they went to Steamworks. I said no, you can't say that because some people actually enjoy.
Some people get off on the
energy, like that sexual energy of being out in public. So you can't say that. Like you can say the stunt was that he said he didn't get fucked, or the stunt was that he said he didn't fuck him, but. Somebody gonna put something somewhere. Because listen, even my first time in the bath house, somebody put something somewhere.
Right.
That's what we're gonna do.
Right.
I'm not here for this. Listen,
right.
Clutching of pearls.
Is this thing on? Did you just touch me? Don't do this to me. If you're not gonna put it in your mouth, we're not doing that.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do
So
that.
at some
Don't
point,
do that. Like we're not doing that. Like
after he had sex with both of them, either separate occasions or together, they decided to try to extort money from him. And
so this is, I'm sorry, this is
my analysis.
Okay.
They tried to extort money from him, and he was like, I'm an out gay man. No one's going to give a shit that I had sex with two dudes, but you two are Nigerian, and I'm certain your family does not know that you are out and that both of y'all fucked one dude together in the same room. You all have something to lose, not me. So they knew what Jesse's MO was. Jesse goes out to get a Subway sandwich at 3:00 in the morning. Subway sandwich is
Subway's
code
closed.
for no. Well, even if it is open.
Subway's closed at 3:00 in the morning.
There's
only one 24-hour Subway sandwich that I know of. I mean, Subway that location that's open, which is the one over there on Silver Hill Road.
No, there's one right over here. The one
that's 24 hours. Okay.
Yeah, this is in Chicago.
But the point is, Subway sandwich was code for I'm out looking for dick.
Yes, I'm out cruising.
They knew what his MO was to go out looking for dick. So he was on his way to the bathhouse or to Boys Town or to the trade house, wherever he was going to go, or on his way back. They intercepted him and was like, if you're not going to give me money, we're going to beat your ass up. In the middle of getting beat up, they realized that they was about to kill this dude or whatever, or seriously injure him. So then they backed off on it. And so I think Jussie reporting this as a hate crime is the truth, is 100% the truth. That he was really out there. What he didn't say was that the people who perpetrated the hate crime were well known to him. It wasn't like some random, oh, hey, look at that fag. You know, it was, he knew the dudes that was in it. So to me, that's what it was. He got beat up because he refused to be extorted for being gay. And the other two dudes realized that they had a lot more to lose from this news coming out than he did.
So your story, the part that's different for me is the fact that I think that he slept with both of them. And I think
you said that you don't think that?
No, I think that he did sleep with both of them. And I think that one of them, he liked one of them over the other, and the other one got jealous. That's what I think.
I can see that, but I'm not. I've heard that story, but what makes you think that?
I feel like, because the way he even talked about during the trial, how he went back out and met the one brother, met him and said, let's go. Like he was whispering, they were sneaking out of the club and the other brother was there. And then he said at the bathhouse, then the other brother met them there again as well. So it was kind of like he called him and kind of said, yo, bro, I'm here with such and such. You should come on through. But Jesse didn't want him there. He was already there with the one he wanted to be with.
Oh, okay. So I didn't look at
that. That's kind of how I looked at it. So
okay.
I
see. We be doing in-depth analysis.
I love it. I love it. And you know, but for me, both stories and the truth,
right? It's somewhere, you know,
it's somewhere out there.
Whatever that may be,
right?
But all three of those situations for me right now are irrelevant because everybody was lying on the stand.
Of course they were.
This jury, it needs to be, I hate to say it, but my opinion, please don't kill me.
No.
Because we cannot find the truth now because no one has told the truth.
And unfortunately,
this needs to be a mistrial and done again.
But unfortunately, Jesse's facing 3 to 7 years.
3 to 6 years of jail.
And I'm like,
or $25,000 fine.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, like what the fuck?
But
like,
the thing is, like, we don't know. I mean, listening to what I've listened to, and then I don't have the evidence that the jury has. You know, they have more. Who's telling the truth?
Right.
It's gonna either be a hung jury, a mistrial. The judge is gonna be like, I don't know who's lying. So everybody's lying.
What is the thing is what is the charges against him that he made it up? Because that's my thing. Because here's my, and I'm going back to what A Black H says is that, you know, the white people are like in Chicago, like the police has murdered motherfuckers and gotten away with it. This dude, even if he did everything that you says, you know, be like, get that girl like a $5,000 fine and keep it moving. Y'all are making a federal case about this, but not prosecuting the cops who literally killed a dude, concealed evidence, and are getting away with it. So it's the imbalance.
It's a class 4 felony.
He's facing 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police, and if convicted, faces up to 3 years in jail
for each count.
No, 3 years in jail total.
Oh, total. Oh,
but still,
but still 3 years.
I mean,
yeah,
right. So,
and this is the joking part. So me and my friends, we're just some other friends. They're like, bitch, if he gets, I was like, I hope that if for some reason he does get convicted, that they put him in some place that has a gay section, because
him and gay section at prison.
Yes,
there is a gay section.
Lots of
There's
a
very large,
and I don't mean like
people.
There's like a literal.
There's a
bureaucratic section
because
otherwise the girls will be getting raped all the time.
In general population, doesn't just put you in
so that's general population. But you can be put in general population, you can be put in isolation, but then depending on where you are, there are some sections that are specific to your sexual identity.
But isn't it a rule in prison to not have sex? That's like you get
there's a rule in prison.
Of course,
you're not supposed to kill people, but people get shanked all the fucking time.
Of course, but like why would they have a gay?
But it's not about the sexual activity; it's about the safety and the security.
Right, because those gay people are going to be a target.
Right.
So by putting them in a gay section, theoretically, you're cutting down on sexual assault,
but we already know
sexual activity.
Right, but we already know that the gays can be just as vicious as because
But also, he's an A-list celebrity. He's probably going to go to a very light security.
If he gets convicted,
but here's the thing, though. But
he's going to go where Robert Goyevich.
But let's just be clear. But can I be? But let's be clear. He got Smollett money. He ain't got Norwood money.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, if Ray J went to jail, Norwood money got him like that. What Smollett money got him? No shade, but
well, I mean, he could call Journey, and she just did that. What was the name of that show?
She was, she was the star on that show, but it was HBO Max. So
she got paid up front, and
I'm just saying.
So she got that, yeah. So he ain't got enough. His coins
3 years or $25K, right? It's one or the other.
I didn't see.
I didn't see all that. But either way, I think it's ridiculous that he's facing 3 to 6 years because he clearly did get beat up. So at a minimum.
Lawrence said everybody's lying. Everybody's lying.
Of course, that's lying. Lola.
Oh, Lola. Hey, Lola.
Yeah.
Everybody's lying. And so this jury.
Everybody lying.
How are they going to find out who's telling the truth when everybody up there is lying?
Exactly.
Horrible things happen to incarcerated folks all the time that are technically against the rule. Right. Yeah, that's true. The subway park.
Yes. I sound sorry to sound naive, but it's like, they're not going to put him. I mean, there is no gay. I didn't know there was a gay section in prison.
In some prisons,
that's why I said that he needs to put in some. And again, there
wasn't a gay section in Oz. Or was there?
Also a TV show.
It was a TV show, but
it's not a law that there must be a gay section.
There are some there are some places in Atlanta where there is a totally gay section or dorm, if you will, of
listen, honey, knowledge is power.
Yeah, but you better know.
Okay,
you better ask somebody.
Okay.
But again, that makes it a little bit more palatable for those, and it's not about the sexual. It's not about the sex. It's about the sexuality and about being not the sexuality, about the vulnerability of being a gay man in a general population with heterosexual or straight men.
And we're not talking about the big buff gay dudes. We're talking about, there's some small femme dudes who pulled a stunt and, now they got like 3 to 6 years. Yeah, like Jussie probably, no shade, but Jussie probably can't fight.
None taken.
Right. So, I think it's a travesty of justice justice. It's a travesty of the rule of law that in a city where there's so much police corruption that they have focused this amount of resources on going after, what is at most, even among Black people, Jussie ain't like no top level star. No. So, they are putting a lot of effort into
they're making an example
out of this person. And you're not even going to, what example? Because he's not even someone, like, and because he's gay, no shade, but you know, like a lot of straight black people won't even give a fuck.
They'll be like,
So,
well, the gay boy
okay.
went to jail, like whatever.
Right. So,
Yeah.
you know,
If
they're
that's the
putting
case.
all of this effort into prosecuting Jussie in a city that is rife. Another SAT word. Rife with police corruption.
Yeah.
And political corruption.
It's another win for them.
Yeah, and the other part of that is Illinois
win, but
is
mark.
a blue state.
Yes.
Yes. Who cares? I mean, that doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't it though?
No.
Okay.
These days, that don't mean nothing.
I just feel like,
I mean, it still falls it still falls into the corrupt police file or
I
corrupt
just
police
feel like
section.
this is another opportunity for the system to put another black person in jail, while at the same time, the trial for the woman in Michigan or Minnesota who shot
barely a blue state.
who shot Dante Wright is on trial now.
Right. And you know nothing's going to happen to him.
Happen to her,
I mean, you know, one state away, Illinois, was that Wisconsin?
And then Minnesota.
You know, Kyle Rittenhouse
went free.
got away
Yeah.
with literally killing 2 people. He literally killed 2 people. I know this sounds terrible, but I'm still upset about it. But this is awful. Slightly less upset when I found out that the 2 people that he killed was white.
Oh, don't be ashamed, because I think a lot of people thought that.
I was like, because at first I was like, he got away with killing 2 black people. Oh, they were white?
Okay.
That's still fucked up, but
yeah, I think a lot of people, well, if they look themselves in the eye, in the mirror, and because I am one, I was like, oh, okay, I care.
I care 100%. It's
2
still
lives are gone
because they were there to protest for Black lives.
But the caveat is at least they weren't black this time.
Right.
Was my thought. And if that makes me a monster, roar. Because
Right.
that's how I felt.
Right.
You know.
Were we supposed to? Okay. Sorry.
No,
Yes,
I don't know.
we
I
should
I
care whenever
we should-
someone gets killed.
murdered.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
In any event.
All right,
I mean, that's
so
a life was lost.
let's watch this beautiful bean footage.
It's probably off.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so there we
Hi.
go. So hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Thank you all for joining. We've had a wonderful time, and thank you to our special guest.
Indeed.
You know, we don't get to hear Mateo or see Mateo
I spilled.
links much very more because you know he's crew
He's
services
flying out
for
in the,
Redacted
you know.
Airlines. He's off to Baltimore, Maryland,
with the
Wretched.
having
Ooh.
big fun.
Bitch, I will be in the. Oh my god, I will be with the Wretched all day. Oh god.
Ooh, girl.
Oh.
Let me tell you, the worst cruise I ever took was this cruise
Out
out
of
of Baltimore.
Mhm.
Because you know, if you've ever been on a Carnival cruise,
I've never been on a cruise ever, so I'm
Okay.
looking forward to the blackout cruise.
yes.
You'll enjoy yourself.
So
Yeah.
You'll
Carnival,
enjoy yourself.
they have every cruise ship has the little gift shop. It's like in an airport. It's like a little gift shop.
Mhm.
Except on the cruise ship, they have some of the high, like those fancy liquors and stuff. They don't have that out. But they'll have like knickknacks,
Mhm.
you know, and they'll have the knickknacks lined up outside of the store.
Mhm.
Man, it's a cruise ship. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So this might normally be $15, but they, you know, as a welcome on board, you know, you can buy your little watch for like $5. The watch is going to work for like 2 months, but it's fine. You can give your little niece TT a watch. You can buy for $50. You can buy 10 watches, and now you bought a gift for everybody that you need to buy a gift for, and they are happy. The fact that the shit don't work later,
That ain't none of your business.
That's none of your affair.
Right.
So they had the
controversial. You know what? A black
we
age,
know.
We already know that you're gonna be controversial, so we just got
right. We already know that, so we have to work on that.
Yeah, we got to work on it. We got to figure out what our limits are. What our
You have to get a contract.
We'll have the time box.
We might have to. It might even be the first pre-recorded show. We have to go back and edit it.
Right.
I'm just saying, but we got you. We got you.
I love it.
So they put the little knickknacks out, right? And it's a cruise ship, so theoretically you're not supposed to steal because it's fucking camera everywhere.
Yeah.
We hadn't even, you know, got out into the Atlantic good. Them girls robbed the store blind. Now, first of all, the shit is not worth nothing that they have out, because they're not going to put, you know, they're not going to put the $100, you know, this is $100. This is still back in the store.
Behind the cage.
It's not even behind the cage, but it's at least still in the store. This is on a table just like this.
The cage was on the cruise? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Shut up. This stuff is out because they want you to see it. It's sort of like an open air mall.
Yeah.
And what you're supposed to do. Shut up.
Get it and go take it to the
cashier. At either end of the table, there's a cashier here at this end, a cashier at that end.
Right.
You're supposed to pick it up, keep walking, and pay for your shit.
Christopher Walken was on.
Not take. I will.
I'm just trying to
bash you in the head. You're supposed to take it and pay for your shit at the end.
And then keep it moving.
These girls just walked off with it, but they did get a bill at the end.
Well,
there is a camera everywhere on the fucking boat. There's no way that you can steal shit on this boat.
That's crazy.
So yeah, the girls in Baltimore was shiesty as fuck.
That's too funny.
Niggas was fighting in the casino. I had been on 8 cruises at that time. I've never seen a fight. Motherfuckers was fighting in the casino.
Was it Bone Thugs and 3-6?
Yeah. It was very bad. It was very bad. And we want to remind you to like this particular show, share it with all of your friends, and subscribe. Yep. Click on that little button that's right down here.
It's gonna be
right down here in the corner. You see where I'm
over there?
Yeah.
Over there in the corner.
No, right there. Yeah,
somewhere over there. Yeah,
over
there.
Right there.
Somewhere
right
on that
there.
side. Yeah, over there.
Yeah,
over there. Down on the
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Right
somewhere
there.
over. Somewhere.
You see that?
Yeah. Somewhere.
You see, there's gonna be like
somewhere
a
underneath his knob button. Hill and his finger. Somewhere underneath there.
Right. There's gonna be a subscribe button right there.
Yep. There you go.
I got this tea eccentric from a friend of mine that lives here in DC. I will message me on Facebook or in our little group, and I will remember to get his name. He's got cute teas, so I'll get you his contact info. So again,
it's a separate site. So yeah, I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah.
So any last words, Links?
No. I will say this, and I don't want to be all mushy at the end of the show, but having started a new phase in my life, if anybody's still out there listening, follow your dreams, do whatever you want. It's never too late. Do it. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what he says, them says. It matters what you say. I am really happy doing what I do. And so go find something you love and just do it. Just do it.
Amen.
Just do it.
Epic.
I don't know if I can follow that up. I'm kind of like, all right, well, okay. I mean,
right.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
He'll be here early next week.
Exactly. All right, and with that,
you bitches are not gonna try me on this show. You're not. This is not what we're doing. This is not what we're doing.
What are we doing?
All right,
we're ending the show. That's what we're doing.
With that, I will say thank you for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Oh, I'm early.